Hi guys, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to be reviewing Coraline, the novel by Neil Gaiman, and the graphic novel adapted by Craig Russell. So first, the novel. Coraline is a gothic novel. It's a coming-of-age story. It's about a young girl who has to learn to function on her own. And so the novel really brings into question family, and is family always a good or safe thing, especially with her other family in the other world. So this is a novel with a lot of mirrors. With the exception of Coraline and the cat, who I would argue is another facet of Coraline's identity, there are always mirroring characters. So there's a character in the real world and a character in the other world. And in having these mirroring characters that offer Coraline different things, we can see the choices that Coraline is being forced to make. So for example, in the real world, her mother and father want her to be independent. They want to work, they want her to entertain herself. Whereas in the other world, her other mother and her other father are very doting and nurturing, and it's almost suffocating. And so Coraline has to learn to be independent. The one thing I found very interesting about this novel is food. Food is a huge thing in children's literature, and it appears often as like a very pivotal plot thing. And in Coraline, I think the food is really interesting. In the real world, the food that Coraline's parents offer her is not what she wants. So her mother cooks unnutritious foods from boxes that can be microwaved, like fish fingers and stuff like that. And her father cooks recipes, which are very unchild-friendly. Like, they have weird sauces and weird spices. He never makes food that a child would like. In contrast, the other mother provides the comforting, normal, child-friendly food. We see chicken in a couple of different places. In the real world, Coraline's mother cooks chicken and it's packaged and frozen and dry. Her father cooks real chicken, but he does weird shit to it and she doesn't want to eat it. The other mother cooks this perfect, plain, fresh, child-friendly food. And so the food that the other mother provides is arguably more nutritious than what Coraline's own mother can provide, or does provide. And so I thought that was really interesting because usually food is an indication of character. If you think about the food that the Dursleys provide Harry Potter versus the food that the Weasleys provide Harry Potter, or Hogwarts provides Harry Potter, in places where Harry Potter is loved, he receives good, nutritious food. In places where Harry Potter is a nuisance, he receives really crap food, like dry bread scraps and water. So food plays a huge role in kind of illustrating what is good for the child protagonist. I find it really interesting that in the other world, the other mother is the one that provides the good, nutritious food, because she's not a good character. But she's providing the nutrients, right? She's providing the love and everything that goes along with nourishing a child. Whereas Coraline's real parents don't provide that nourishment either through food or through attention. And I know that the novel is supposed to be about Coraline making the choice to grow up. We're not supposed to like the other mother, but she is the one that provides Coraline with nourishment. And I just don't know how to rectify that with my reading of children's literature and food in children's literature. So if you have any thoughts on the food in Coraline, I would love to hear them in the comments below. Moving on to the graphic novel, this is something that the department ordered by accident, and this is just really beautiful. The one thing that I like about the graphic novel is that I think it does a really good job of making Coraline look older. I remember the film of Coraline, which is cute and definitely worth watching, makes Coraline look really young, whereas Coraline is supposed to be kind of pre-teenish, on the cusp of adolescence, right? And so in the film I found she looked a lot younger, and it doesn't make sense for her to be looking for that independence, or for her parents to push her to be independent. Whereas an 11-year-old, you're what, in grade 5 or 6, you're almost in middle school, you're almost a teenager, you're a preteen. It makes more sense that she should be making these choices, questioning family, questioning what you need from a family if she's 11 and not like 7 or 8. Like, she kind of looks super young in the movie, and I know it's an animated movie. Also, the images of the other mother are fucking terrifying. This just did an excellent job with making the other mother absolutely awful, and really bringing into question who is the nurturing figure. Really enjoyed reading the both of these. I read the novel first, and then I read the graphic novel after, just to see how they compare, and the graphic novel does a really good job adapting things in the novel and a lot of the dialogue, and I really enjoyed it. So if you have read Coraline and you love Coraline, I would highly recommend that you check out the graphic novel, just for a different reading experience. We'd love to chat with you about Coraline, about food, about the cat as maybe an older version of Coraline. Just to let you guys know, I do have an Instagram account now. Links for that are in the description down below. I tend to tweet a lot of photos, and so I decided it was kind of silly just to tweet photos when there's a whole social media program that's just devoted to photos. I am much more active on Instagram. I post a photo almost every day. That is where I am really keeping up to date with what I'm currently reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!